So we're going to begin lying down in Supta Baddha Konasana. So feet together, knees are open. Okay. So today might be challenging, and I'm just gonna preface it with that. And it might also be not. Just depends on the person. And right now, with everything that is going on in the world, and from more of the spiritual standpoint, this necessary breakdown of a lot of old systems and old ways, a lot of truths being revealed in order for them to be healed and rectified. But through all of it, this is opportunity and a call inward to really cultivate strength and spiritual strength, right? Physical strength, yes, because ultimately that keeps the body healthy and functioning optimally to support the spirit that it houses. And so right now it's cultivating the spiritual strength to really support ourselves moment by moment and keep rooting back in truth, living from love. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions in my own life contribute to that happiness and to that freedom for all. May all beings everywhere, and that means here on this earthly plane and otherwise, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. So, strength, coming in moments faced with challenge. Having the spiritual strength to show up, to face what's there, to be heart forward. But this also depends on our perception of the word strength. And continue to feel your breath as I'm talking. So keep opening yourself and just letting these words just move through your body and just seeing how they land. True strength is not coming from force. It's not coming from fear or from ego, ulterior motive, or anything else. But it comes from grace. It comes from grace. It comes from compassion. It comes from a softness, meeting the challenge, right? In these moments faced with challenge, showing up to the challenge with grace. And so that's what I'll invite you to just try on, play with, invoke in every breath, in every movement, in every in-between moment. What is grace to you, and how can you weave the energetic experience of grace through your whole being through this practice? Go ahead and reach your hands down to your outer thighs, pressing your knees together. And take a little bit of windshield wipers, just sending your knees side to side, softening through your inner thighs, your outer hips. Okay. And then drawing your knees into your chest. Opening your arms out to a T. And then drop your legs, just a nice simple twist, legs to the left. Big breath through your whole spine. And lifting back to center, moving slow. So part of finding grace, going over to the other side, it's moving with a slowness that allows for deep feeling, deep sensing, deep awareness, deep presence. But lifting your knees back up to center. Bringing your arms down by your sides, extend your legs straight up towards the sky. Really push long through the backs of your legs, a lot. Good, and then push your feet up against like an imaginary ceiling above your feet, rooting your low back down into the ground. And slowly start to lower your right leg down towards the ground. Good, take another breath here. Exhale, switch your legs. Exhale, switch. Good, keep moving with your breath. Moving slow, intentional. So really weaving intention to feel, to sense, to activate as you move. And slowly extending your legs straight up towards the sky once again. Bend your knees, hugging them into your chest. Open your knees nice and wide. Good, and then hugging your feet back together again. Setting your feet down onto the mat, roll over onto your right side. So you arrive on your right side. Your bottom arm can be maybe like a little pillow underneath your head. Your bottom shin can kind of create, or bend your bottom knee so your shin creates a little kickstand. And then lift your top foot to about hip height. Okay, first start with your toes pointing in the same direction as your chest. Lifting from like your outer thigh, your outer hip, lift straight up towards the sky, and then return back to hip height. So inhale, lift straight up, exhale, lower. Lift, lower. Now, this time, turn your toes, your knee, your thigh, to rotate up towards the sky. And bend your knee, pull it all the way in towards like your outer shoulder. And then catching your knee on your hands, pull in towards your side body. Breathe into the compression in your groin. Very good. Now extend your leg all the way back out, reach your arm overhead. Get super long through that left side body, and then exhale, hug in. This time pull your elbow in front of your knee. Your knee kind of passes up towards your outer shoulder, and then inhale, extend. Exhale, hug in. Good, 2 more. Good, pause, hugging in. Take your hand, wrapping around the back of your ankle or your calf, and slowly extend your leg up towards the sky any amount. It might be just a little bit.
Don't worry if your leg doesn't come all the way straight. Just think about lengthening up. Very good. Slowly rebend your knee, unwrap your arm, extend arm and leg all the way out. Good, and now bend that top knee. Take your top arm, reach all the way around, grab a hold of your foot or ankle, and then start to kick your foot into your hand, allowing this front hip to really expand open. Even let your front ribs kind of fan open, but then draw your pubic bone towards your navel. So your tailbone lengthens almost towards the back of your knee. But another breath here. Exhale, pull your knee in front of your belly. Arm reaches out towards the side, roll onto your back into a half twist. Your hand on your knee, helping to encourage that a little deeper. And slowly rolling all the way onto your back, going over to the other side. Good. Lifting your top leg to hip height. Toes start pointing in the same direction as your chest. Okay, and then inhale, lifting straight up, almost like you're lifting from your outer thigh. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good, one more time. And now turn your toes, your knee, your thigh to point up towards the sky. And bend your knee, pull it all the way in, hug, 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 hug. Almost even try to get like your inner thigh to pass your outer shoulder, move in that direction. And then taking your hand onto your knee, hug in even more. Good, inhale, arm and leg both extend all the way out. Exhale, elbow in front of your knee as you hug in. Good, extend, get longer. Exhale, get tighter, hug in. Good, one more. Good, hug in, wrap your hand around the back of your ankle or calf and start to straighten your leg, any amount. Good, rebend your knee. Extend arm and leg. Toes point directly forward in front of your chest. And then bend your knee. Reach around, grab a hold, start to kick back. Send tailbone lengthening towards the back of your knee. Breathe into the back of your heart between shoulder blades. Good, and then bend your knee in front of your chest and roll into the half twist. Good, slowly coming all the way onto your back. Hands behind your thighs, begin to rock and roll up and down on your spine. Good, and then rising up, come onto hands and knees, tabletop position. Inhale, cow spine, heart pulling forward. Exhale, cat, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and then shine your sit bones up towards the sky as you press back, downward dog. Good, inhale, lifting your right leg straight up towards the sky. Exhale, rock forward, knee to nose. Inhale, get long, three-leg dog. Exhale, rock forward, knee outer right arm. Good, inhale, reach back. Exhale, rock forward, tap left arm, cross, and then lengthen back. Exhale, step through between your hands. Then drop your back knee down onto the mat. And then inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, rock your hips back. Inhale, lengthening forward. Exhale, hips back. One more time. Good. Rocking forward, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee and step to plank pose. Full breath here. Exhale, lower your left knee, left shin down onto the ground. Spin your back heel down, toes pointing to the right. Turn your chest open to the right side. Good, really pull your left side ribs through your sternum. And then lift your top leg, your back leg to hip height. Have that little hug of pubic bone towards navel. Good, and now bend your back knee, reach with your arm all the way around, catching your foot or ankle. And then start to kick your foot into your hands. Feel your back ribs expanding open with breath. So much it opens you more through your heart. Okay, now listen carefully. As you release your back foot, send it down behind you. Ball of your foot comes down on the ground. And push into that foot and your hand. Extend your left leg out. And then open your chest towards the side wall, not towards the sky. So just focusing on this side body length first. Take your top arm over the side of your ear. So we're really not focusing on a back bend. This is like a supported Vashisthasana almost, side plank. One more breath. Top arm goes up to the sky. Pass your hip down to the floor. And then step to plank pose. Full breath. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Getting long and spacious through your spine. So even with upbeat music, even with heat building in the body, perhaps your body being challenged to move and be, and you be used in ways unfamiliar, or can you still find that slow pace of your breath, the slow going in, finding that grace, deep awareness, reverence for body, reverence for breath, reverence for the moment. But inhale, lifting your left leg. Exhale, rock forward, knee to nose. Inhale, get long, 3-leg dog. Knee to outer left arm, side body cinches. Good. Inhale, get long. Exhale, pull across to your right arm. Good. Lengthening back. Step all the way through between your hands. Dropping your back knee down. Just a little curl of your heart open. And then exhale, sending your hips back. You can always have your blocks underneath your hands to support if needed. Rocking forward. Exhale, slow. Feel that as you press back. Good. Rock forward one more time. Good. Then coming all the way forward. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Step to plank. Full breath. Set your right knee and shin down. Spin your back heel down onto the ground. Lean to your right, turn open to your right. So both side ways are super long. Pubic bone already. Start to pull towards your navel. And then lift to hip height. Beautiful. Bend your back knee. Reach around. Grab a hold. Good. Start to kick your foot into your hand. Again, your front ribs can fan open, but maintain pubic bone towards navel connection. Good. Then releasing back foot behind you. Press down, root down, extend your right leg out. Now again, focus on side body. So your chest, your face stays pointing towards the left side wall. Really push through that extended heel. Reach through those top side rims. Good. Arm back up to the sky. Down by your hip. Down. Come to plank. Drop your knees. Chaturanga just halfway down. Scoop your heart nice and slow. Rising upward facing dog. Roll your shoulder heads open a lot. And then knees down. Rock hips back. Child's pose. Forehead to the mat.
Okay, calling on the earth medicine to deliver and to channel that grace, the grace that the earth has in her divine nature, which is your divine nature also. Okay, inhale, rise back up, hands and knees. Pulling that deep sensing of divine nature, even if it's just like imagining it there, right? Maybe this isn't of your normal belief or anything, but I'm just asking you just to try it on and see how it feels. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Lengthening back. Good. Inhale, lift high to your toes. Bend your knees a lot, gaze forward. Step your feet to the top of your mat. Lengthening heart long forward. Exhale. Rising all the way up, circling arms out and up. Surya A, fold right down into Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, lengthen. Exhale, gracefully stepping back, lower. Chaturanga. Curling your heart. Pressing back. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, shoulders over wrists, knee to chest. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, outer right arm. Inhale, lengthen back. Across to your left arm now, stay. Pull knee over to the right. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Stay. Kick your foot out to the left. Lean to your right hand, drop your back heel down. Fallen star. Open your heart. Curling open and then hand to the mat. Step to plank and then step your foot through. Sorry, not plank, just pull your foot back and then step through. Setting your back knee down once again. Lift through your heart. Exhale, sending your hips back. This time stay. Pull your front toes towards your face, your pinky toe towards like your outer shoulder. Now you might stay like this, or you can turn your fingers towards the back of the mat and walk your hands back and drop your head. Good, walking your hands forward. Once again, rebend into your front knee. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Now pause. Start to send your back heel down onto the mat. Okay, so toes go out to the right. And then step your front leg all the way back into plank pose. Good, side plank. Lean to your left, turn open to the right. Good, you might play with lifting. Again, feeling like it's coming from your outer thigh, lift towards the sky. Good, plank pose, maybe a vinyasa, maybe you rest in child's pose. You can also roll your wrists here if you're feeling like you need that. So part of weaving in grace through strength, finding strength through grace, is really weaving in the softness of every moment. Finding that softness that exists in the spaciousness inside. It's not from operating in our outer body or even in the dense matter, but it's going in and finding the space in our being. That's where we stay connected to truth, to our own innate wisdom. Left leg rises, inhale. Exhale, rocking forward. Inhale, lengthen back. Outer left arm, tap. Reach back. Pull across to the right, pause. Okay, now over to the left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Fallen star, shoot your leg out. Open. Let the front of your pelvis become big, expansive, spacious as you open. Curl your heart open. Good, and then setting your hand down, pull your left foot all the way through center, stepping between your hands. Back knee down, lift your heart. Exhale, sending your hips back. Pausing here, toes pulling back towards your outer shoulder. You might turn your hands and walk them towards the back of your mat. Walking hands forward, rock your weight forward, lift your back knee, pause, spin your back heel down onto the mat, step your front foot all the way back, stacking on top of or in front of this ball. By plank, wash the step. Breath carries the current of grace through your body. Maybe you lift your top leg. Full breath. Exhale, close this down, your choice. Vinyasa or skip it. Big, long, spacious breaths. Flowing through the sides of your spine in downward dog. When you're ready, lift high to your toes. Bend your knees a lot, gaze forward. Hop, step, or walk to your hand. Lengthening your heart long forward. Heel to your feet, wider than your hips. Grab a hold of your big toe mounds. Your big toes with your peace fingers. And inhale, lengthening your heart forward, forward, forward. Keep your heels on the mat, but rock more weight towards your toes. Good. Inhale, heart forward a little bit more. And then exhale, pull back on your toes, pulling your heart to the earth. So again, in this like humble grace of offering your heart to the earth. Offer your heart to her. Beautiful. And then inhale, lengthening your heart long forward. Bend your knees if you need to. Slide your hands underneath your feet. Okay, kind of rock your weight towards the crease of your wrist. You might even find that you can wiggle your toes on the crease of your wrist and massage your wrist there. Okay. And then give that soft tongue, pulling your heart down to the earth. Good. Inhale, lifting your heart. Unstepping one hand and then the other. Slowly heel-toeing your feet back together and fold. Good. Rising all the way up to stand. Reach beyond your fingertips. Root deeper beyond the ground. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Inhale, arms sweeping all the way out and up. Exhale, side bend over to your right side. Good. Push into your feet, open, lift through those top side ribs. Good. Inhale, floating up, both arms reach. Exhale, left side. Hand slides down your leg. You can even apply a little bit of pressure to support. Good. Inhale, lengthening all the way up. And then exhale, starting to press hips forward, lift through your heart, coiling from like your top ribs to your collarbone, open towards the sky. And then exhale, coming center, palms in front of your heart as you fold all the way down. Good. Inhale, lengthening heart long forward. And then stepping back, plank pose. Vinyasa if you wish, otherwise press right back to downward dog. Here we go. Inhale, right leg rises. This time bend your knee, open your hip. Then really feel your inner knee, inner thigh lifting towards the sky. And then straighten your leg and swing your straight leg out towards the right side like a gate. And then rock shoulders forward, bend your right knee, tap your outer right arm. Sweep over to the left. Fallen star, shoot your leg out, turn open. If you want more challenge, you could lift.
your right foot off the ground, any amount, maybe an inch, maybe to the height of your hip. Good, come back to plank. You're just playing. Step your right foot through between your hands. Maybe blocks underneath your hands, or your hands can be on the floor. Lift your heart. Exhale, straighten your front leg. 2 more times, bend. Exhale, straighten. Good, inhale, 1 more. Exhale, straighten and fold. Drop your head. Keep sending your outer right hip lengthening back. Now you might turn your hands towards the back of your mat and walk them towards the center. Good, inhale, lengthening heart forward, walk your hands forward, re-bend into your front knee. Okay, move the blocks if you're using them. Drop your back heel to the left. Sweep your right leg, Vashisthasana. Turn over. Maybe you lift your top leg, hip height. Maybe you bend your knee, catch it with your hand, hug in. Okay, and then step your foot behind you. Now add a little bit more of the heart opener of wild thing. Really slide your right shoulder blade down your back. Let your heart just like, oh gosh. Pour out through your throat, through your crown. And then top arm up to the sky, past your hip, down onto the mat. Plank pose, your choice, whether you're taking a vinyasa, maybe a resting child's pose, or downward dog. Good. Okay, so it's in these moments, right? Here's the in-between moment, more of the stillness, the quiet. Can you come in again? Harness, gather. All of the grace, all of the deep listening, all of the deep sensing that's in the spaciousness of your being, so that you can carry it forward as we go to the next side. Left leg rises. Bend your knee, open your hip. Get longer. Straighten your leg. Straight leg sweeps out to the left. Rock shoulders forward, tap your knee with your knee, or tap your arm with your knee. Go over to the right and fall inside. Shoot your leg out, open. This bottom shoulder blade sliding down your back. So you can actually open your heart a little bit more. Good, and then hands down, step your foot through between your hands. Maybe blocks underneath your hands, maybe not. Lengthening heart. Fold over your leg. 2 more times, bend into your knee. Exhale, press back. 1 more. Fold and stay. You can always walk hands to the middle of your mat, turning your fingers behind you. And walking your hands forward once more. Re-bend into your front knee. Blocks to the sides. Back heel down. Step Vashisthasana. Brace through breath. Lift your top leg. Maybe you bend your knee, pull it in. Good, step your foot behind you. Open your heart wild. Top arm over your knees at your fingertips, maybe even. And then top arm up, past your hip, down onto the mat. Vinyasa or skipping. Get really long through the sides of your neck, sides of your spine. So even as you feel physically where your body was met with challenge, you then weave that grace, that softness, that spaciousness, that deep sensing, deep presence into those spaces with your breath.
Very good. Inhale, high to toes. Bend your knees a lot. Gaze forward, hop or step. Lengthening arms. Exhale. Good. Inhale, heart forward. Step your left leg back, quarter turn to the left side. Wide leg forward fold. Padottanasana. Okay, inhale, lifting your heart. Center. Bringing your hands onto your hips. Press into your feet. Slowly rise all the way up to stand. Very good. Inhale, floating your arms straight up towards the sky. Get super long. Push through the pinky side edges of your feet. Lift through your side rims. And then exhale, bringing your arms out to a T. Good. Point your fingers down towards the floor and then kind of curl them in towards your side ribs. Good, and then straightening them out, and then flex your palms. So it's almost like you could push either side of the room away from you. Your palms are flexed. And then go down once again, and then just start to roll them in circles. And then slowly lifting your arms straight up towards the sky, full breath. Exhale, sweep your arms around, interlace fingers behind your back. Roll shoulder heads open, shooting knuckles down. Again, rooting into your feet. Almost feel your outer ankles like hugging in, and then lifting all the way through your outer hips, side ribs, hearts, knuckles. Exhale, folding forward. Keep your shoulders lifted away from your ears, side of your neck, just incredibly loose, long, heavy. Good, and then slowly releasing your hands down by your hips, down onto the mat. Lift your chest. Okay, and then turn your toes slightly out, your heels slightly in, and then sit your hips way down. Down and back. Your hips are reaching down and then back behind you. Heart pointing forward, your wrists are right underneath your shoulders to begin. And just thinking about lengthening back through your sit bones, almost like you could touch the back wall with your sit bones. But then at the same time, your side ribs, side waist, breathing forward. Okay, bring your right hand onto your knee, your left hand onto your knee, lift your chest. And then sink your shoulders towards your ears. Good, and shift your weight from one foot to the other. Okay, and then pausing center. Exhale, dip your right shoulder in, press your right knee away. Inhale, rolling your shoulder back to center. Exhale, left shoulder dips. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Moving with your breath.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Center. Turn your toes forward. Keep reaching your hips back and then send them up, 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 up as you start to pitch your chest forward, forward, forward. Hands can find floor or blocks underneath your shoulders. Drop your Good. Inhale, lengthening your heart long forward. Turn yourself towards the front of your mat. Good. And then set your back knee down. Okay, wiggle your right foot all the way to the left side of your mat. And then let your right knee fall open to the right so you come into a pigeon pose. You can pull your right heel closer towards your pelvis or keep your shin any amount towards parallel to the front edge of your mat. That's more intense for your hip. Okay, fingertips rooting down. Send your tailbone lengthening towards the ground. Lifting through your heart. Exhale, slowly walking your hands out in front of you. And then there's all kind of varying degrees of challenge which is really just like friction in life, right? If we think about everything in terms of everything is energy, which is truth, then challenge are just these moments of friction and coming up against other energies. And then it just becomes a matter of being able to sense and feel and listen to know how to dance with those energies, how to move with those energies. What else, what other energetic medicine, let's call it, can you bring in, right? And that could be through the very native tools that you have, through your breath, through your sound, through your movement, through your feeling of your heart, gratitude and love. Allowing yourself to feel the emotions of grief, of sadness, of anger, so that you may find the beauty that's on the other side. Even here in the body, feeling this challenge, friction, the areas where your body is still holding on, gripping back. Those parts of yourself, communicating through your breath and your presence that it's safe to let go, to let heal, to let transmute.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Slowly rising up onto your hands. Kind of sit over onto your right hip. Swing your back leg all the way around to step outside of your front. Like so. Okay. You do want both sit bones starting to root down. You can always roll a blanket underneath your sit bones to support with that, or even sit on a block itself to allow your pelvis to lift enough. Hands reaching up towards the sides. Inhale, floating your arms straight up. Exhale, twist open to the left, hooking your elbow outside of your knees. And one more breath here. Lengthening through your spine a little bit more. And then exhale, unwind. Coming into Gomukhasana leg, starting to walk your feet in opposite directions towards either side of the room. Coming towards or anywhere where you kind of end up in that, right? So your knee might not be totally on top of your knee. And again, it does help to bring a block underneath your pelvis. You see that your knees can lower so much more that you can find a little bit more access to that. Fingertips supporting. Inhale, floating your arms straight up towards the sky. Bend your right elbow. Hand comes around to like the back of your, in between your shoulder blades, in that direction. And start to use your hand on your elbow, helping encourage that hand down. And then lengthen your tailbone towards the ground. Good. Left arm reaches all the way out to around. You might just be pressing the back of your hand against your spine. You might be connecting, touching, or interlacing your fingers together. And even if your eyes are closed, can you lift your gaze center? Good. Now, either staying right here, or if you want to take it a little deeper into your hips, you can lift long through your spine and then reach your heart way out. Tuck your navel towards your spine a little bit as you fold forward. But keep breathing all the way down into your hips, into your sit bones. Good. Inhale, floating back up towards the sky. Slowly releasing your hands, very slowly unwinding your shoulders. Reach your right hand all the way out. Turning your left palm open towards the sky, sweep your arm over your ear, nice and slow. Bottom ear away from your shoulder, or bottom shoulder away from your ear, side bend. Good, and then inhale, floating all the way up, go to the other side, nice and slow. Slow to rise, both arms reach up, maybe you gaze up and touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, melt the outer layer of your body, outer shoulders, side body, back body. Melt it. Releasing your hands down, lean back, unwind your legs, give them a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a wiggle. And then bringing your left knee and shin forward to come into pigeon on the left side. Sweeping your right leg all the way around behind you. Knee is open towards the left corner of whatever room you're in, lifting through your heart. And then slowly walk. And feeling anywhere in your body, again, there's this gripping, this holding back, this friction. And rather than going into it and then using your analytical mind to be like, okay, what is this? What am I storing in my body? And what was that thing that happened when I was a child, or blah, 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 or last week, or whatever? Rather than going in that direction with the mind, can you just go into it, simply go into it, and just open yourself to hearing, to listening, to feeling. And maybe, just maybe, your body will show you, will reveal to you through its own innate wisdom, your intuition. Rising up onto your hands, sitting onto your left hip so you can pull your right leg all the way around, stepping your foot outside of your left knee. Fingertips supporting. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. Exhale, twist open. Now sending your sit bones rooting down, lift through like the back of your heart, and almost even lean back a little in your chest, almost like an upward facing dog in your upper spine. Next exhale, go a little bit deeper into the twist, and then slowly release back center. Gomukhasana lengths, extending your feet, walking them out towards either sides of the room. Using any block support if needed underneath your hips. Fingertip support. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Bending your left elbow. Relax your front rings in towards your spine. Even here, start to lift your gaze center. So you can feel the back of your head almost presses into your forearm a little bit. Okay, and then extending your left or right arm all the way around. Finding your connection, whether you're pressing onto the spine or connecting fingers. Okay, either stay here, or if you're going into the fold, first lengthen. Reach your heart out. Curl navel towards spine just a little to protect your low spine. And bow. Good. Inhale, slowly rising all the way back up. Incredibly slowly unwinding your arms. Your left hand will plant down. Right palm flips towards the sky as you sigh. Really root through your seat to rise up slowly, going over to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Maybe you gaze up. Exhale, hand. Inhale into your heart. Exhale, bow your head. And releasing your hands down. Leaning back, unraveling your legs, extending them out. Give them a little bit of a wiggle. And check the time. Extending your legs all the way out long in front of you. You can use your hands to move your buttock flesh back just a little bit more. Okay, palms planting by your sides. Roll your shoulder heads back, lift through your heart. Good. Inhale, arms sweeping all the way out and up. Reach up, get even longer through your side waist. Keep that length as you reach out now. Forward fold. Rock. Inhale, heart forward, slowly rising all the way up. Hands catch your inner knees. Lean back as you pull your heels in towards your pelvis, your knees out to the sides. Inhale, lifting through your heart, hands holding onto either your big toes, or you can hold onto your ankles or shins. Okay, rolling your shoulder heads open. Lift through your heart. And then pull your heart directly through between your shoulders, elbows bending over the tops of your knees. You curl round, drop your third eye towards your big toe. You might make that connection, maybe not. Breathing beyond lungs, beyond belly. Feeling it swirl and flood in between your hips, your pelvis. And then slowly rising all the way up. Hands to your outer knees, closing them together. Scoot yourself forward and come down onto your back. So coming down onto your back. Pull your right knee into your chest and extend your left leg out all the way long. And now open your right knee to point over your right shoulder. So your inner thigh kind of comes towards your side waist a little bit. Just a gentle hug down on your knee. Really breathe deep into your hip. And then from here, pull your knee
to point over your left shoulder. So your thigh kind of pulls across your body, but you're not going into a twist. You're just gonna kind of pull your knee towards your left shoulder so that you get into your outer right hip. And then do this one more time. So go over to the right, hug down. Okay, and then getting the other side of your hip, pulling your thigh diagonal across your body, knee pointing over left shoulder, and then still kind of pulling in and down. Good, now left hand on your knee, right arm out to the side, go fully into the twist. Now, if you feel like you want to go take this a little bit deeper, flexing your foot, you can extend your leg all the way out and walk your hand to about your calf, or some of you can even walk your hand to the to your big toe and kick out. If your leg is straight, you'll rebend. Return yourself back through center. Hold both knees into your chest. Inhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders up off of the mat. Relax your shoulders. And then exhale, relax all the way down. Good. Keep your left knee and extend your right leg all the way out. Knee points over your left shoulder. Hug down. And then pulling diagonal across your body, knee points over your right shoulder, but keep the back of that hip down. You're just getting into your outer hip. And then one more time, opening. And then pulling diagonal across. And then going fully into the twist. You might keep your knee bent. You might straighten your leg all the way out, kicking through your heel. Maybe holding the back of your calf, maybe holding your big toe. Bending your knee if you straighten it. Return through center. Both knees in. Wrapping your arms. Keep your neck, your shoulders soft as you curl and exhale, relaxing your chest down. Good. Set one foot down and then the other. Lift your hips and lower your hips. Find one of your blocks or block alternative. Push into your feet, lift your hips, and slide your block underneath your sacrum, starting at the lowest level. Arms come by your sides. Kind of roll your shoulder heads open, shoulder blades kind of wiggle down your spine a little bit. And then push into your feet. Lift your hips just slightly, sending your tailbone lengthening towards like the front edge of your mat, and then set your sacrum back down onto the block. So your low spine just got a teensy bit longer. And then extending your right leg all the way out long in front of you. Really push long through your heels, your toes pull back towards your knee. Now really tune in here to your tailbone, your sacrum, your SI joint. Just notice how they're feeling right now. Maybe doing just one leg is the better option for you. You can choose to sweep your arms all the way up and overhead. And if you feel like your spine will allow it today, you can extend both legs all the way out at the same time. If you're doing one leg, you'll want to rebend your right knee and extend your left leg out now. Everyone stepping both legs back in. Arms by your sides. Press down, lift your hips, turn the block up a height. Same thing. Maybe finding a little more opening through your collarbones now, wiggling your shoulder blades together and down your back. Okay. Right leg extends out. Feel that. Maybe arms go overhead. Maybe both legs extend out. If you're doing one leg, you can switch now. And rebend both knees, arms by your sides. Press into your feet, lift your hips. Move the block off to the side. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heels and slowly relax your spine back down. Breathe. And draw your right knee into your chest, your left knee into your chest. Opening your knees nice and wide. Happy baby. You can always play with straightening long through the backs of your legs. And one final hip opener. Bringing your feet together, knees opening wide. Your hands can hold onto your feet or onto your ankles as you pull in towards your chest. And then inhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders off of the mat. Your wrists might come around in front of your feet as you hug in. You might even rock a little bit side to side. Good. And then slowly relax your chest down, hug your knees together. Set one foot down and then the other. Lift your hips and lower your hips. Extend one leg out and then the other, or Shavasana.
Begin to deepen your breath. Feeling it wash through your whole body. Wiggling your toes and your fingers, and perhaps taking a big stretch with your arms overhead. And then when you're ready, rolling onto your side. And coming all the way up to 6. Your hands resting on your knees, turning up towards the sky. And just feel the air that you're holding in your palms. Breathe into the space inside and around your heart. Breathe through your eyes and through your cheek skin. Feel the breath in your back tissues, however subtle. Feel the ground holding your seat. The more you give to the ground, the more support support the ground gives to you. And then bringing your hands together in front of your heart, taking a deep breath, lifting through your heart. Exhale, bow your head. And bowing all the way forward and down, bowing in deep gratitude and reverence for this body, for this practice, for this virtual space to practice together, and the space inside for you to practice anytime you choose to go in. And then rising up, bring your thumbs to touch third eye. The spirit in me sees, honors, and loves the spirit in you. Namaste. Thank you all so much. Hope you have a beautiful weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.